All right, let me guess. You're either in your 20s, still recovering from ramen noodles and TV dinners, in your 30s, wondering if your YOLO years were a mistake, or in your 40s, side-eyeing your bank account like, I swear I had more than this. If any of that sounds like you, just sit tight. What I'm about to share today is exactly what you should be doing with your money in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, so you don't wake up at 65 thinking, dang, I should have watched that video. No matter where you're at, don't panic, because building wealth is not a race. It's a strategy game. And if you play it right, you can win big at any age. By the end of this video, you'll have complete clarity, a game plan, and maybe a borderline obsession with seeing your bank balance climb faster than your streaming subscriptions. So, without wasting any time, let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Wealth Formula. Applies at any age. Before we dive into age-specific tips, let's get something straight. Wealth isn't just about how much money you make, it's about what you do with that money, consistently. Here's the wealth formula no one teaches you in school. Wealth equals income minus ego times time times smart choices. Now, I know that might sound confusing to some of you, but basically it boils down to this. Income, make more money. Ego, spend less than you make. This is where people fail. Time, start early or start aggressively. Smart choices, investing, not gambling. Assets, not liabilities. Tattoo that on your brain. All right, now listen closely. Let's break this down by life stages, starting with the fun, broke, and slightly confused 20s. Stage 1. Building wealth in your 20s, the foundation decade. First up, just how important is it to get a head start? Let me paint you a little picture. You at 29, sipping coffee in your own condo. Or you at 29, still negotiating with your roommates about who buys the toilet paper next. Which sounds better? Your 20s are for learning, not earning. Unless you're a tech bro, in which case, enjoy your burnout. This is the decade where most people are broke, busy, and blindly optimistic, which is both a blessing and a curse. But if you play it right, your 20s can set you up for life. Just let me explain how. Step 1. Get financially literate before life punches you. Look, if you can name every Kardashian but don't know what an index fund is, you've got homework. Start reading books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door, I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and follow creators, just like this channel, who explain money like real humans. Your 20s should be a decade of learning how money actually works. And keep in mind, following these wealth-building strategies is just the first step on your journey. When you finish watching this video, go back and watch our Financial Freedom series and the Stealth Wealth Mindset. Watching this video alone is not enough if you truly want a life of abundance. We have an entire playlist we created for you. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Step 2, don't flex stack. Your first paycheck? Exciting. Your first responsible decision? More powerful. This is where most people mess up. They get a salary and immediately upgrade, new car, fancy clothes, weekend trips they can't afford. Well, here's your reality check. No one cares about your car. They're too busy scrolling TikTok or checking their Instagram feed. Instead of flexing, stack your money, save, invest, build an emergency fund. Start small, but start now. Step 3, invest early, even if it's just $50. This is an important point I've been wanting to tell you. Your 20s are the golden years to begin building financial momentum. And it's not because you have piles of money lying around. Most of you are fresh out of college, paying off student loans, or job hopping trying to figure out what you really want. Investing is how the average person can become a millionaire without winning the lottery or inheriting a trust fund. Yes, you'll see dips, but if you're consistently putting money in, those dips become buying opportunities. Over a lifetime, consistent investing can carry you to that dream retirement, or earlier if you really get into it. The reason these are prime years is simple: compound interest. I know, I get it. That phrase sounds about as exciting as a lukewarm diet soda. But trust me, it's the closest thing to financial magic you'll ever get. When you start investing even a little bit, say $100 a month, that tiny seed can grow into a money tree that can comfortably fund your beach bumming lifestyle. So now you might ask, how exactly does compound interest work? Well, let me first explain the concept, and then we'll move on to the practical steps so you can fully understand. Let's say you invest $200 per month starting at 22. With an average return of 8%, by 60, you'll have over $500,000. Now compare that to someone who waits until 32 to start. They'd need to invest $500 a month to catch up. Starting early is your superpower. Use it. And keep in mind, starting young doesn't necessarily mean you're set for life. You can blow it all if you're not careful. Hello, expensive avocado toast addiction. But when you put even a small slice of your money into something that grows, be it a low-cost index fund, real estate, or even a side hustle, your future self will want to time travel back and high-five your younger self. All right, 20s crew, you've got the blueprint. But let's say you skipped all that, and now you're 30, slightly panicked, and Googling how to get rich fast. Don't worry, the 30s are actually your prime time. Let's go. Chapter 2. Building Wealth in Your 30s, the Acceleration Decade. Pay attention to this now. Your 30s are where bad decisions from your 20s come to haunt you, like that tattoo or the $90,000 you spent on a degree you don't use. But good news, your 30s are when you finally have some money and sense, which is a deadly combo. Step 1, clean up your financial skeletons. Debt, overspending, no savings. All right, it's time to wake up and finally start becoming an adult. If you've got high-interest credit cards, kill that debt like it insulted your mother. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, audit your lifestyle. Cut what doesn't serve your future self. Step 2, max out your investment accounts. Look, if you've got access to a 401k, HSA, or Roth IRA, don't sleep on them. In your 30s, compound interest becomes your co-pilot. Every dollar you invest now works harder than it will in your 40s. That's a topic I'll discuss in the next video. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Automate your investing. Set it, forget it, and let time do its thing. Step 3, build multiple income streams. Relying on one job is like dating someone who doesn't believe in labels. It's cute until it's not. As we discussed in previous videos, when you're in your 20s and even inching into your early 30s, it's prime time to experiment. Responsibly, of course. Start a small e-commerce store, do freelance gigs, invest in a friend's startup if it's viable, rent out a spare room on Airbnb. The possibilities are endless. This is the era of low responsibility for many. Maybe you're unmarried or without kids, or maybe you just have fewer big-ticket expenses. Use this window to build multiple streams of income so that if your day job disappears tomorrow, you won't be stuck staring at your landlord like a deer in headlights. Listen carefully, I'll give you a golden piece of advice. Start a side hustle, freelance, invest in rental properties, dividend stocks, anything that creates cash flow outside your 9 to 5. This decade is your window to scale up. Okay, but now, let's say you didn't quite figure it all out in your 30s. That's okay, because your 40s, that's where the stakes get high, but so do the opportunities. Ready for the next level? Chapter 3, Building Wealth in Your 40s, the Power Decade. Your 40s are when you realize 1995 was 30 years ago. And that's way more disturbing than your 401k balance. This is the decade of course correction and compounding power. You might feel behind, but trust me, you're not out. Step 1, get ruthlessly strategic. At this stage, every dollar counts, so it's time to eliminate bad debt, maximize tax-advantaged accounts, downsize if necessary, reallocate your investments for risk. You need to be efficient, not just ambitious. Step 2, focus on cash flow over flash. By now, you probably realize a Mercedes doesn't make you happy, but financial freedom does. So shift your focus to cash flow assets, real estate rentals, dividend-paying stocks, businesses you can automate. The goal? Buy your time back, not more stuff. Step 3, build a legacy plan. Look, you need to understand this clearly. You're not just building wealth for you anymore. You're building a future for your kids, your family, maybe even your community. Get your will, insurance, and estate planning in order. Not sexy, but powerful. Think like a CEO. Run your life like an empire. So what if you're in your 50s, 60s, or beyond? Is it too late to build wealth? Only if you plan to stop breathing. Let's talk about building wealth at any age, because some people don't peak until they're retired. Chapter 4, Building Wealth After 50, the Wisdom Decade. When you hit 50, you might start daydreaming about that Florida condo or traveling the world with your partner. But do you have the financial rocket fuel to make it happen? I got good news if you're watching this and you're over 50. Perfect. Now you're old enough to ignore everyone's opinions and rich enough to afford it. This is where experience meets action. Step 1. Monetize what you know. You've got decades of experience. Turn it into income, consulting, online courses, mentorship, writing a book. At this stage, your knowledge is currency. Money can solve a lot of problems, but teaching someone how to earn, manage, and grow it is the gift that keeps on giving, like the world's coolest cheat code. Regardless of whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or beyond, one ultimate goal might be to break the cycle, whatever cycle you grew up in. Did you come from a family that never talked about money? Did you watch your parents struggle with finances every month? Now's your chance to change the narrative for future generations. If you have kids, or plan to, start teaching them about money early. Show them how saving and investing work. If you don't have kids, mentor someone, maybe a niece, nephew, or a friend's child who's curious about money. Your experiences and lessons can help them skip the pitfalls you fell into. Step 2, protect your assets. Insurance, trusts, estate plans, the works. You've spent decades building wealth. Now protect it from taxes, lawsuits, and shady in-laws. Talk to a financial advisor, the kind of coach or mentor that works for you, not commissions. Step 3, enjoy, but don't outlive your money. Your money should work harder than you do. Even in retirement, keep a mix of growth investments, stable income assets, liquid cash for emergencies. Plan for a long life. Retirement isn't the finish line. It's a new chapter. Your 50s and 60s are typically the final stretch before retirement. This is when you want to protect what you've built and strategically grow it. Key focus areas. Max out retirement accounts. Take advantage of catch-up contributions in your IRA or 401k. You can usually contribute more once you hit 50. Shift to more stable investments. As retirement nears, consider balancing your portfolio with less volatile options. That doesn't mean going 100% into bonds, but maybe dial back on the riskiest stocks. Estate planning. Wills, trusts, and assigning beneficiaries aren't just for the ultra-wealthy. They're for anyone who wants to ensure their assets go where they're supposed to when they're gone. So whether you're 22, 42, or 62, wealth is not an age thing. It's a strategy thing. And now you've got the playbook. Here's the truth. Most people don't build wealth because they think it's too late, or they think they need to have it all figured out. Spoiler alert, nobody does. But if you learn how money works, start where you are. Stay consistent. Think long-term. Just trust me, you'll be richer than 95% of people out there. Stay smart, stay savage. And remember, wealth isn't just about money, it's about freedom. So the only question I have for you now is, what decade are you in right now? And what's your biggest money goal? Let me know in the comments. In fact, it's not just about what age you are when building wealth. There are actually 12 wealth hacks that you must start doing if you truly want a life of financial freedom. Just click the video on the screen and we'll see you there.